yeah, this video is for anybody that has a squeaky dryer and doesn't know how to fix it, because I don't know how to fix it, but I'm going to try anyway. So let's try fixing it. So I took the top off and threw some clothes in it to see where this thing was actually squeaking from. It was a lot louder before, but I took the top off, but I just feeling as much. But it sounds like it's coming from the back bearing, which means I'm going to have to take the whole thing off, apart. Well, before I electrocute myself, I'm going to unplug it. Pulled that way too hard, and I pulled that one way too hard. Disconnect the wiring harnesses. There's probably an easier way to do this, but I'm not a repairman. I'm just fixing it because I don't want to pay anybody to fix it. I probably clip those, but I think they'll pull it. Come on, little baby pliers, work. Oh, you dirty thing. Oh, yeah, I think I'm going to break that one. Yeah, I'll try not to break this stuff now. My own 1, 2, 4. I can't count clearly. Wait, you know I forgot clothes in there. Okay, that's not a piece of wood. And we're going to put it back over there with the hernia. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, we'll get more dust. Until it falls on my head. Sweet. There's those 2 screws. And I get some screws. Oh yeah. That's a stay door. Oh, that did not sound good. Yep, there's one. And there's one here. There's another one. Drop it. Who's that guy? Be free. I'm never gonna get this back together. There's the front. Look at that. I'll place the light bulb too. There's a light bulb there. I don't even know. That looks like the bell. And lose a finger. Okay. That loosened up the bell. Oh yeah, good on these. can use it too. And what is that? Never gonna get this thing lined up again. Absolutely never. Should that have some kind of purpose? Maybe hold the drum up. I don't know. I think design. Maybe not. There she is. Sorry guys, in the way. Move you out of the way. There's some nasty stuff in there. Burning stuff. That's nice. Oh, yucky. This is burning. That's a clip. Check it. All out of the pocket. See better days. Little rock. That, work it out. Looks like it's been grinding on it a little while with a lot of yummy. Yuck. Do I need to take this thing off? I don't think so. I feel like we could. Okay, so now that I got the parts from Amazon, we're gonna clean this thing up and try and put it all back together, see how it goes. Hopefully everything works and the parts are correct. So let's start cleaning it up. So I just got the bearing drum kit delivered from Amazon. As you can see, it was kind of open, so hopefully everything's in there. Take this thing apart and see what's in here. Ah, there she is. So I got a brand new rear ball bearing. Get a belt, a brand new belt. That one I've read some reviews it might not fit, but hopefully that fits around the drum. The belt looked alright on my dryer, and then we get the rear hardware kit with lubricant. So awesome, everything I need out of the box to put this thing back together. 5/16 wrench. That was loose to begin with. And this guy, right here. And then the whole thing falls apart. And it was all screws. Okay, so there's the pieces. You can see this thing is pretty worn. Has the ball bearing that I just dropped out of the back of it. So it's a ball bearing that sits in there like that and then gets pressed up against the back. And then there's a metal plate on the back side of the machine that holds everything into place. High temperature lubricant. Get the high temp lube going over there. Get the plastic pieces, the metal retainer clip in the back. So there's the plastic pieces, the metal retainer clips, and 2 new screws to go through them all and tighten it all down. This is the bracket that holds the plastic piece in place. So when it's all put together, it should sit like this with the ball bearing in here in the back, pressed against the metal piece. That is ultimately this thing, the bracket that holds it all into place. So this sits up against the back side of the machine and it's sandwiched together. Whoever said this was going to be easy, folks, lied to you. It's the hardest part, I think, taking the whole thing apart. Very fiddly small parts back here. this ball bearing setup thing. I get it, but I think it's really necessary. GE, I don't think so. It might be. I'm not an engineer. I'll ask somebody that is. Slowly tighten it down, just strap it on the back. Tighten that side. Do this little boop, boop. I'm sure there's somebody out there, some repairman that's like, what is this idiot doing with this hair dryer? That's what I have, leave me alone. Nice and tight, do a little crank, a little more. Don't want to strip it. Definitely just ripped my elbow on something. That did not feel good. Yeah. Jerks. Okay. So while I have this thing taken apart, it came with a new belt. As you can see, it kind of looks like the exact same belt. So I think we lucked out on that. I'm going to try it and hopefully it'll work. It's pretty close. I think it's the same, which is nice. The other one's probably a little bit worn, but as you can see, this is the old one right here. You can see it's starting to split and fray. So I think now is a good time before it really goes, and I got to do this all over again and take it apart to replace the belt that came with it because it's the same exact one. So that's awesome. We can toss that. Next, we're going to have to reassemble the back bearing and the back plate. I should have brushed this off too, but I didn't, and I forgot. That's why there's dust all over the ground. I'll vacuum that up later. We're going to do all of this. Get a little of that. Back. Pretty clean, not bad. Okay. So now this thing should sit like this and get screwed in with 3. This is where you need a helper. Where's my helper? This is where a connor comes into play. Yeah, buddy, just crawl in there and put some into place for daddy. I'll tighten it all the way because I will never get the other ones in. Never thought at this age I would be hugging a barrel. That is weird. I think I'm gonna have to look at the video again. I think they gave us 4 washers but 3 screws. So I don't really know how that one works out. There's definitely washers in there. I'm gonna put a washer on each one of these 3 screws here. Come on, the last one doesn't want to go in right. Come on, don't fight me on this. Get in there. Oh, seriously? You for real? Here, this way. Get in there. Could really use a beer assistant right now. It'd be great if they could just bring me a beer. It's been a long day. That one's in there. Oh, the struggle. Oh, the struggle. Did it go in there? Yes, we got one of them. All right. Oh, only 2 more though. That was loud. Okay, that assembly is done. So time to grease her up. Now grease her up, and then hopefully we can get the barrel to slide in there without minimal struggles. Probably not. The way this project is going. But it's not bad so far. At least I got all the old parts. They were cheap. I'll put the link in the description below. It's on Amazon. Love them. Love Amazon. Anything in 2 days in the world that you want. You know? You want an elephant? Yeah, it'll be here in 2 days. Oh, that's a lot of lube. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I should use the whole tube. I guess the more lube the better, I guess. No, probably not, because it would squirt out everywhere. So we'll just rub it in there a little bit. Probably put some on the ball too before I put it in. No, we're not. We'll just squeeze it all in there. It's fine. It'll do the job. Awesome. Hopefully that thing will slip right in. So now, the moment of truth. I'm going to throw the new belt on the drum, which is right there. I'm going to throw the belt over the top of it and then assemble it all back into there. And hopefully I can dry my clothes because I haven't dried them in a week and they're stinky. I have to rewash them now. What a pain in the butt that is. Oh, I ripped my glove. Catastrophe. I will be back. Okay, so I got new gloves. And we're going to be back in action. We're going to put the belt over and around the barrel over here. Okay, now the moment of truth. See, put this barrel back in there. See the barrel wrapped around it. We'll sit it in the same place that it was running the groove. You can see where it was running. That's where it should be in line with the tensioner pulley that's down there and the blower motor. So I'm going to back you up a little bit. Yep, put it out of the way. Back you up. Okay, so now you should be able to see everything, hopefully. So you're going to slide this thing right back in there without dropping it on your fingers. Like that. It's going pretty straight. And the ball on the back that we just attached is going to drop into that socket. Give it a little push, and it's going to drop right into place into the socket. Okay? Hopefully it's locked in there. And you can give it a free spin, make sure everything's spinning a little freely. You can see. So now you get the belt underneath. So you're going to have to lift up on the barrel on the bottom and reach underneath and hook it around the tensioner pulley and around the blower motor pulley on the back. So it's going to go around the back of the pulley that's in the back of this and then up around a tensioner pulley that pulls tension on it that way. I'm backing all this up. There's some nasty for you. Yum. So let's see if I can get back down and lift this thing up. Look at this. Yeah, the belt is right there. So this belt is going to go down. And I might have to pull the tensioner back to allow me some extra room when putting the belt on. So pull. Just pull it back. See if I can put the first belt on. Let's get it around the pulley first. Okay, so it's around the mower now. I mean around the motor, not mower. Fixing too many lawnmowers. So now we pull the tensioner back. Oh, it's stuck. Okay, pull the tensioner back and put the belt over the tensioner pulley. Oh, or break the tensioner pulley right off like I just did in my hand. That is not good. That did not make a good sound. That looks bad. Sounds bad. We're going to have to take the barrel back out because I just definitely broke something. I broke it. Well, let's take it back off. It's not catastrophic, but it sounded bad. So I probably broke something, and this is still tapped. So let's just finish this thing again. Sit that back in there. Let's get this belt back off of the motor, because it definitely, broke the tensioner off somehow. Great. Just what I wanted to happen. But not a plan for the girls. Not part of the plan. Okay, so disconnect. So come on down here with me. So this thing, that's your tensioner, and that is the motor pulley. So see how it's all grooved? That means you want to put the grooves in there. So you want to wrap it. You want to wrap it belt around here, and this tensioner keeps tension this way on the belt around the barrel. So when I was pulling this, I must have snapped this thing off somehow. It didn't break it, thank goodness, because I don't have another spring. That would just be awful. But I'm basically pulling this back while I'm wrapping the belt around the entire pulley system. So we'll put you back in there. We'll try and put the thing back in without breaking the spring or taking it off again. I'm glad it just fell off, because like I said, I don't have another one. I would have to order a new spring. That would be a couple more days, and I need to draw it close. So I'm going to throw this thing back in, belt's wrapped around it, groove side down, slide it in, drop it back into place, circle in the back, let it sit there for a minute. Let's go like this underneath. Okay, well, let's try this one more time. One more time. So first I'm wrapping the belt around the pulley. The first pulley, the motor pulley. That's what I call it, the motor pulley. Try not to twist it. Get on there. Come on. There you go. Get on there. On there. Yeah, it's on there. Okay. So now I am pulling. Now I have to pull the pulley back and slide the belt over the top of the tension pulley. Without losing an arm. Okay, let's try this again. So the belt needs to go. Pull this off again. Dang! What did I do? Uh-oh. Slide it off. So we're going to pull this backwards and put the belt over the top. Come on, belt. Are you fighting me, belt? I need you to go backwards over the top. Come on, belt. Ooh, I think I got it. Gotta straighten the belt out on the drum as best I can, because I don't want this thing pulling itself right off when it first starts up. So I want to keep it all in line. Smoother, obviously, when it's sitting in the front guides, because right now it's just sitting on the top of the blower motor. I guess it's going to wear itself in a different spot. I guess that's alright. Nothing really moved. I bet it'll wobble and get into a rhythm, but once we put the front back on to keep it all in place, then we'll be able to tell more how it's going to sit and how it's going to ride. Okay. This is also dirty, so we're going to just give that a quick brushing, and yes, I will vacuum my house after I do all this, because I'm making a huge mess on the floor. I know I am. Lots and lots of dust, lots of fuzz. Years and years of never being cleaned. A little dusty, not too bad. So we're gonna name her Little Dusty. The little dryer that didn't want to die. I don't want to kill it either, because I don't want to spend money for a new one. I don't have the money to spend for a new one. So please subscribe, because I need the money. It's going to be on the inside first. So that piece has to go on first before that piece. Has to. Yeah. Put the brush down. "40 minutes of meat cleaning in the dryer." I swear we'll put it back together. That's a lot. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that is a lot. I'm gonna have to dig that one up by hand. Ugh. Oh, that is a lot of. Look at this dust. Oh my goosh. That is a bunny. That thing is huge. The world's biggest dust bunny in the old dryer. I don't know. Guinness World Records. Look that one up. Because I think we might be topping it with that thing. And I think there's more in there too. Oh my god, yeah, holy. This thing was really clogged up. Look at that. I feel like this should be cleaned out probably once every 100 years or so. My goodness, that's a lot. Alright, still stuff in there. I'm going to brush. Get it all out because there's a lot in there. I can't believe this thing didn't cause a fire. There's a lot of stuff that just came out of that hole. Ah, you sharp. You caught me. Ow. Beat myself up. And I'm sure this thing comes apart too, but I don't know how. I don't feel like taking it apart. So we're going to do the next best thing. Use a paintbrush. Seriously, I didn't know this thing was this dirty. Probably should have bought a new one. Oh, that's good. The seal's broken on that side. I think that's how it is. It's hot glued. This seal's broken. So that's probably why it's dumping stuff in there. Or it was supposed to be screwed into place with that one. It was. This thing has been taken apart before. So, someone took this apart a long time ago and didn't screw it in together. So we're going to fix that right now because we have it apart. So, this is what I'm talking about. It's my backstar to you. Is right here. Someone's taken this off before and the whole assembly dropped down and it was never reinstalled. It was probably me. Where did you go? Where did that screw go? This whole thing is going to go up. Slide. It's going to go down. There we go. Up and down. Go ahead and take all that out from here. That seems like a lot. Oh my. Another one. That is a lot. Ow. Sharp. And my back hurts. Come on, go in there. Come on. Really? You ain't messing with me before. Go back in your home. Do some good for your home. Catch. Oh, did I catch? Oh, I caught it. Alright, cool. So, I ripped the glove again. Dang. Well, I'm going gloveless. No glove, no love, I guess. Jeez. Don't pull that up. Yeah, I just scraped that. That's fine. Golden. I'm glad I got most of the parts clean before my glove broke. So I'm gonna probably clean up the floor before put this thing back together because it's all gonna get sucked right back in the machine as soon as I turn it on. So this is a big, big dust bunny. We need to trash about this one. Oh, there's a big dust bunny. Oh yeah, this thing is huge. This is what came out of that dryer. I mean, that's incredible. I've never opened up a dryer before, but I did not expect that much nasty. coming out of a dryer. And a shirt straightener thing, your collar straightener. I'll move all this out of here. Trash. Pull back in the stuff after, but I got most of it off the floor for now. Still gonna make a mess putting this thing back together. So now I believe we can slide this thing right back up there. Careful with the wires. I don't want to break any wires because I would have no idea how to replace the wiring on this thing. And that does not seem like something I would want to take on. So, it's going to be very eager. This one up in there, maybe? Okay. So again, we're going to put the wires in there. Like that. And there, lay it down. That's better. I think we're missing a clip on this side, for a square clip, and a little box clip, plastic piece. There's a couple of these clips that fell out of it. I'll get the wires hooked up and put these harnesses back in right now. 2 wire harnesses with 2 wire. There's only one way that it can go. It clips in, and then we get a 6 wire harness that goes back into the 6 wire harness. And there's only one way that I can clip them as well. We can also look at the wires, make sure they're matched up with color code. So the gray on the bottom, blue on the top, we're good. So this goes to the front. We're gonna have to throw a couple screws in the top to hold it all back into place. You're gonna lift this thing up. Somehow get this put back into the bearing housing. So yeah, that looks more feasible than it sits like that. Okay, I see now what's going on. So this thing actually sits like this. It's like this in the door and slides and clips into the back part. There, put that one on top, okay, and everywhere, make sure all the wires are out of the way because you got to give it a little bit of oomph, and I think it should go right back into place where it belongs and sit in there, and then I can put the front on and the top and hook that back up before I put the top on and plug it in. I think we're good. So let's keep going with this stuff. I think the next step would be to force this thing into place without these falling out. Something like that. And that. And sweet. And now we screw it all back into place and put the front covers on, all this other stuff. So let's see. Spinning nice and freely. Feels like it's still on the motor. Awesome! So now a couple more screws. Screws in the bottom. Get these ones into play. Yeah, put them in. Yeah, good. Door shuts. Awesome. Let's screw it all into place and then put the bottom tag on too. Put that back on and try and run it for the first time since ripping it apart. See if it's still squealing like it was, like a greased pig. Because it was loud. I mean, I couldn't do a load of laundry without it making enough noise that it would keep the whole house awake. Come on. Why did I not want to go back? Sweet. Yep, bleeding. First blood of this project. Always bleeding. crazy. That thing was sharp. Yeah, paper towel, all that. That's why I wear gloves. Better cut the glove than cut my skin. Yeah, she's a bleeder. Alright, we're fine with that. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Wouldn't be fun without some blood, huh? I'm bleeding a lot. Didn't even drink today. Stop bleeding. Tourniquet. Still end up in the dryer somewhere. I'm putting it back together. Ooh. Okay, now we're in business. Still bleeding, still fixing stuff. So now I'm gonna hook up the wiring harness to this thing. Let's see, positive, negative, no. So we're gonna hook it up right back the way that the wires are. So black is gonna go down here, push it in hard. Red is gonna go up there. One's shorter, so the closer one. One's longer, so the further away one. Sorry, I'm bleeding. I know, gross. So if you're queasy, look away. This gets plugged back in. Back and forth here, and this tongue glove. That's what I'm supposed to. But this thing goes in the slot. There we go. Had to change hands. So now we got this thing back there. So now it sits in. So those two screws I was talking about earlier, these ones that are flat, actually screw down through the plastic and into the top of the metal of the machine to hold this thing into place. And then there's also two screws in the back. I mean, actually these ones. Oh, I dropped it. Oh no. Okay, these ones actually go in the back of the machine into the plastic of this thing, and there's two little ones that go right into the top here and on the other side. So the little ones, I corrected myself. Yes, I know the electrical's inside the wall. This is a stud wall. I need to bring the electrical out and finish this actual wall when I have time, when I'm not fixing stuff. But I don't have to fix anybody else's junk. I would have so much time in the world. Okay, so, or my own junk, because this is my own junk. Okay, now she's blinking. That's got to be a good sign, right? Oh, she's got the start button lit up. Okay, so I'm going to actually pick it up off the piece of wood that was under there, not lose a foot. Ah, just lost my toes. I'm going to slide the piece of wood out. We're going to let her down gently. Seems like she's okay. And we're just going to turn her on for a second. So first turn on, let's see if everything works. Let's cancel, press start. Oh, so much better. No more squeaky. Seems like everything's working correctly. That is great news, because that means I can now put this thing back together and dry my clothes. Let's see if it fires off and gets warm, because you'll hear it kick off in a minute. So just watch that. But that's awesome that I just learned how to do that. Never ripped apart a dryer before. Ooh, and I hear it turning on. I hear gas coming on. Let's stop her. Ooh, nice and hot. So still working, still running, still doing everything it needs to do. I think I'm going to throw the top back on, and my camera's going to die. So let's see if I can do that before the camera dies. And if it does, then I just fix my dryer with a $16 Amazon kit. And I cannot say enough about Amazon. It came in 2 days. I had this thing ripped apart in a day, waited a day, got my kit, put it back on. put it all back together, and now I have a dryer again. And I can dry my nasty clothes. So let's throw the top on before the battery dies, hopefully. I actually dented this top a while ago. I'm not going to talk about what I was doing, but I dented the top, so I'm going to try and actually bang that thing out or bend it out with my fingers and see if I can pop it back into place before, just bend it out a little bit before I put it back on. Bent it out a little bit. It's a little better than it was. It's still a little dented. Could use a peening hammer and bang it back into play, but you know, it's close enough. I get a couple pushes. Yeah, that felt good on my thumbs. So now, down and on. And voila! Nice! Put a couple screws in it, call it good. Thanks for watching. If you like, subscribe, thumbs up. Yeah, support what I do because no one else will. So, thanks. Have a good one.